Single page scanner.
Hello, everyone. We are going to go and just go over listing agreement page 2 before 4 p.m. today. So heating and cooking fuels on number 7. Liquid heating and cooking fuels and tanks are included in the sale and will transfer to buyer at time of possession unless usage is metered, in which case it is not included in the sale. The seller is responsible for maintaining heating and cooking liquid fuels at an operational level and shall not permit fuels to fall below 10% of the tanks at the time of possession, except that the tanks may be empty only if empty at time of acceptance of an offer. Further, the seller is precluded from removing fuel from tanks other than what is expanded through normal use. An exception could be that it's natural gas, and this doesn't apply. It could be that there's an agreement that they don't have to fill it again, whatever that exception is. Sale price: the seller agrees to sell the property for the sum of 200,000 US dollars or with seller's consent for a lesser sum or other terms, which price includes seller's obligation to pay outstanding balances on all liens, encumbrances, taxes, assessments, equipment, and improvements. The term sale shall be deemed to include any exchange or trade to which seller consents. Terms: the seller agrees to the terms of purchase as indicated by X below, or with seller's consent for other terms. Choose all that apply. So they could accept cash, conventional. If you click new mortgage, you're also going to click conventional, VA, FHA, MISHDA. MISHDA has a cap of 540, I believe. If it's in a rural development area, you can get an RD loan or USDA. If you're going to do seller financing, you would click that if you're doing a land contract or an equity out. If we're going to do more videos on formal and informal assumptions. Number 10 is the brokerage fee. The seller agrees to pay broker a fee of we have a minimum $425 plus what is the percentage of the sale price that is totaling the buyer and seller or selling agent's commission, or a minimum. So I work for a minimum of 3% or $5,000. But usually we write a 6% contract. So then it would say 6% here, 3% going to me, 3% going to buyer's agent, or a minimum of $5,000 because I at least make $5,000 on every transaction. The property is sold, leased, or traded by the broker or by the seller or anyone else during the listing period, including sales pursuant to the options granted or contracts executed during the listing period. A prospective buyer, ready, willing, and able to purchase property on the terms specified or other terms acceptable to seller, is produced by broker or any licensee or person during the listing period, or the property is sold or leased within however many months. So it'll be 1 month after expiration of the listing period, including sales or leases pursuant to options granted or contracts executed to a buyer or tenant who have been shown the property during the listing period by broker or seller. So I'm going to explain what that means. If you show somebody your listing and then your listing expires because they don't make an offer later, and then within a month, then that's what it says right here is 1 month. Within a month, that buyer comes back and offers the seller to buy the property, then you would still get paid your commission. In the event seller, unless there is a valid listing agreement with someone else. In the event the seller grants an option to purchase the property during the listing period and that option is not exercised, the listing period shall be automatically extended after the expiration of the option for a period of time equal to the unexpired portion of the listing period existing at the time the option was granted. The brokerage fee shall be paid promptly after it is earned and in no event later than the closing of the sale of the property. In the event of litigation involving the brokerage fee relating to this agreement, and if the broker is the prevailing party, the seller shall reimburse the broker for reasonable attorney fees and expenses incurred in connection with any such litigation. Seller agrees that the broker will share the brokerage fee with any cooperating brokerage. That's why we put 6 up there, because then down here we're going to show, if there's a sub agent of the seller or there's a buyer's agent. If you have your clients pay your TC, which we don't, we pay our TC separately. By entering zeros in the fields above, seller and broker agree that no compensation will be offered. An offer might request that the selling fee be higher than the amount being offered. If any, if seller agrees to pay the higher amount, the brokerage fee shall increase accordingly, but at no time shall the broker be required to accept a lesser fee than the original agreed upon amount. The amounts referenced above will not be displayed on the MLS. Any additional provisions could be if they accept a certain amount, then they're only willing to pay this much in commission, right? We can talk about that. Please comment below with your questions. Broker's fee for services rendered is set by broker. Broker commissions are not set by law, but are fully negotiable, but we still have our minimums that we work for. Number 11, seller offered concessions to buyer. No offers no concessions offered, or the seller authorizes broker to advertise and publish on the MLS a certain price or certain percentage for repairs or new flooring or something along those lines. It's just something that they are offering, saying, hey, we're willing to do this. Inquiries. Seller will refer to broker all inquiries about the property received during the listing period. Hopefully that was helpful. That was a quick page 2, listing agreement page 2. Please let me know if you want me to go slower, ask me any questions, come talk to me.